Hey, what you want to come here for? I never been to this place.
I come here sometimes. They give me free pizza.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in today. It's time for Free Pizza and Vodka podcast, episode 16. Getting ready to kick it to you live and direct from England and Los Angeles, California. Check us out on all the places that you guys listen to your podcasts, listen to your music, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube. Subscribe there, v3tv.uk. You can also check us out at Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, all over the damn place. So thanks for listening. And yeah, let's just get right into it, man. We're going to have Variety D with us later, comedian, for the second half of the show. Got to try a couple new segments and see what you guys think about that. And if we make you happy, we'll keep them, and if you don't like it, then we won't keep it. Anyway, joining me live, Los Angeles, the guy with the sunglasses, must be hungover, Jonas Garvin. What's up, dude?
What it is. Yes, I am a little bit. I don't feel too bad, but I looked at my eyes on camera, and I'm like, God damn. So I threw the shades on to have our viewers and listeners not be exposed to such trauma. I think I'm the only person that can get a hangover from going to Disneyland with children, but you know, yeah, they call it the happiest place on earth. It's like the most expensive. Everybody knows expensive, but I have not been there in forever. And we didn't even go in the park. We just met downtown Disney for some lunch. It is the most expensive place on the planet. Like the hotels and I'm like, what the fuck is crazy over there at Disney?
Nice. Well, you got to keep that Magic Kingdom running, man. That Mickey Mouse doesn't get fed, you know.
Dude, it's amazing to me that they the money we spend like at Disney, because they already have a gazillion dollars from their movies and their parks and all that stuff. So you think they might be kind of cool, like, hey, you watch our movies, you buy our shirts, you do this, you do that. How about we reward you with some discount price to our park? No, it's even like it's unreal. Like they have a monopoly on I don't know, fun?
No one's going to do that for you. You know, no one's going to do that for you, because if that was going to be the case, we would be getting discounts from Apple. As you can see, I've got a MacBook here, another MacBook there, an iMac there. There's probably more Apple crap everywhere, but not one coupon have they sent me to, say thank you for your loyalty. Companies are shit like that. And,
some are. But you know what I did hear this week, because I know we're going to be talking about Super Bowl. Did you know the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in Atlanta, where the Super Bowl is going to be, they have a fan-friendly menu? Have you heard about this?
No. What the hell's a
no, dude? You can look it up. It's hot dogs are like $3. Beers are $5. Nachos are $3. Pretzels, Cokes. They offer a fan-friendly menu, and they do this, I guess, every game. Like, this is when they built that stadium. This is something they implemented to that. You're already paying $1 million for the fucking ticket to go see an NFL game. They do a fan-friendly menu. Look it up. And they're going to do it for the Super Bowl, too. Now, granted, it's going to cost you 5 G's to walk in the fucking door to sit in the nosebleeder sections. But you know me, if I can break even with $5 beers, if I spend $5,000 on a ticket, I think I can drink 1,000 beers at the Super Bowl and make it worth my while. I did the math on the all-inclusive down to Cancun once, and I made money on the trip.
Well, that's just a sign of a good sign of a good businessman, if you can make money on a trip and not have
I thought that was really cool, because at the number one price gouging event in American sports, the Super Bowl, that they're still going to keep that menu. Now, granted, I don't know the size of the beers. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's like a little shot, a beer, or the little cocktail wiener hot dog. I don't know. But I think, as to my knowledge, that's the only professional sports stadium of a major sport that does anything like that. I think it's really, really cool. And, I mean, that's just Southern hospitality, man.
No, that's all right. So, speaking of Super Bowl, this is it. Today's the day. We are at the Pro Bowl tonight. I still haven't seen a Pro Bowl. It's been 46 years on this earth, and I have not seen the Pro Bowl. I don't even know what the score is. I don't know. It's halftime. It should be
a flag football game.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because why it's not. It's fun for the player and stuff like that. To me, though, it's the one sport, like, you go to the NBA All-Star game, you go to the Major League Baseball All-Star game, they're awesome because, that it's for the fans and they're playing a game. but there's so much risk of these guys getting hurt in football that the Pro Bowl to me is kind of like a hazard.
Yeah.
I would say make it a flag football game and let the guys have some fun.
Yeah,
And
I think the skills showdown is probably the most exciting part about all of it. Anyway, it's not really. I think it's like you said, but it's kind of like when you play football at home when you're like John Madden or something, and you want to create this all Madden dream team. Then you get to see like all the best players play. So I mean, flag football though is maybe I don't know, but then I don't know about flag football, but. I get what you're saying. There's no point, and that's why it's no interest to me to watch it because it's not really a game. It's just
and it's just
a reward, which is fine.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like they should just name the Pro Bowl players and that's it. Don't even play a game. You know what I'm saying? Just like, okay, you're an All-Pro.
Yeah, fair enough.
But then again, it's another way for the NFL to make some money, and I don't understand why they don't have it in Hawaii anymore.
Oh, they
Where
don't?
is it now?
Do they not?
No, I don't think it's in Hawaii anymore. I think it's like in Miami or Arkansas. I don't fucking know. But
well, the AFC is beating the NFC 14-0 with about 5 minutes left in the first half. That's
there's a bunch of Bears that went this year, which I was really happy about. But think about it. Say Trubisky, Mitch Trubisky, the Bears quarterback. He's their franchise QB. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
Say he goes to this Pro Bowl. It snaps his fucking ankle.
Yeah. It's no doubt it's a potential hazard to each player that plays, but it's kind of like a mutually understood hazard. You're going to the Pro Bowl. They run that risk every day when they step on the field on Sundays, Thursdays, or whatever day they play Monday Night Football.
Yeah, but those games mean something.
Well, this means something. It's a Pro Bowl game. Not everyone gets to go to a Pro Bowl. And I mean, it's like
I get,
that's a big deal.
I don't even like basketball anymore, but I mean, I'd rather watch the NBA All-Star game or
that's not a contact sport, so it's not going to, you don't lose as much with basketball. They want to style on each other and slam in each other's face and make them, look stupid,
I get all that. And with baseball, to me, that's one game I really enjoy. I don't enjoy watching all the baseball games. I like to watch the Cubs, that's it. But I enjoy watching the All-Star game. It's really cool because thank you for that. But with baseball, the cool thing about baseball is you don't need to have time to gel as a team, really. You could just put 9 guys out there that are all really good and they can put on a hell of a show for you.
Yeah, because baseball is not really a play-oriented game, though, is it? Where you have to orchestrate stuff and people.
But the Pro Bowl, I don't watch it.
Yeah, no, I don't watch it either. I was actually going to watch it this year,
I don't know any football fans that do.
If I was going to watch it this year, actually, but because of what time it came on, I actually didn't end up watching it. So, anyway, so Super Bowl next week, man. Jared Goff and his LA Rams are making their way to the ATL, and they've got Tom Brady, your buddy Brady, and the New England Patriots.
Dude. Okay, for one, as you can imagine, here in Los Angeles, all of a sudden we have 9 million Ram fans. And the funny thing is like just last week, it's funny. You go up Runyon Canyon. For those of you who don't live in LA, Runyon Canyon's in Hollywood. It's it used to be a really good spot to go hiking, kind of quiet, but now it's just in all the tourist magazines to see celebs, whatever. So 2 weeks ago, I'm up there hiking, and everybody's got like an Eagles or a Cowboys or a Packer or a Bear shirt and everything, and now everybody's got Ram shirts on. I'm like, what the fuck? You get, But whatever. It's, you're rooting for your hometown team. I don't give the Rams a chance in hell of beating Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in this game. I don't see it.
I got the Rams all day winning. I got the Rams.
Rams.
You
know what? It's a tough game to bet because we've seen the Patriots lose Super Bowls before.
Yeah.
But I just have a feeling that this is his. And like I said, I don't really hate Tom Brady. We're witnessing some football history here.
Yeah, we've already witnessed that. His ninth? Is his ninth Super Bowl? Is it
9th Super Bowl? He's been in more Super Bowls than most NFL teams.
Yeah.
But I think what it is everybody hates him. I don't even know if that's the right word. It's because he's
everybody hates on him. So
yeah, because
he's the GOAT, man. Give me a break. You
exactly.
Can't challenge that.
I'm like. The guy's the greatest of all time, but it's like, come on, dude, step aside, let somebody else eat. But at the same time, If you can't beat them,
No.
you can't beat them.
No, that's my argument. We had that discussion last week on that bullshit that you started talking about. Step aside.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. I definitely.
No, I don't think he should step away.
No.
He's still winning. But what I'm saying is, it's like, you're so mad because he's got everything. He's got the hot wife and the mansion and the millionaires and the Super Bowl rings, and that's why you're just like, you're watching this, and it's cool because you're seeing something we've never seen before, a dynasty in sports that's like the 1920s Yankees and shit, and you don't see this very often. But at the same time, it's like, if you're not a Patriots fan, you're mad. You're like, these motherfuckers,
Right.
They just keep winning.
Well, that's what they're paid to do, and they're doing it.
So if he wins this Super Bowl, you think he retires?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Have a nice day.
I think his arrogant ass, well, I don't think he's that arrogant, but I think he tries, I'm going to go for one more.
No, he's done. He's going to retire. I'm not saying that he couldn't play and compete, and obviously, I don't know. Who knows? But I think he retires, and I've been saying this for weeks now because I felt that whichever between him and Breeze, whoever won was going to retire.
Yeah.
And, obviously I was expecting Breeze to be in the Super Bowl opposite Brady.
Well, Tom Brady reminds me of like a dope dealer, just like one more big score and then he'll hang it up. You know what I'm saying? But they never do.
Well, that's how I saw it as Breeze, though. The same thing, it's like he's older, and it's like...
How much you want to bet 20 years from now Tom Brady's still playing? Like, he's going to be like
Why
62.
Let him keep
and
playing.
Still under center at the Patriots.
Who cares? Let him play as long as he can play. Let him play. If he's willing to sit out there and get hit and let those big 300-pound 20-year-olds come running at him, leave his ass out there. I don't even care. Good for him. Go Brady. Brady, bitch.
It's going to be it's a tough game to bet, man. I'm putting a bunch of money on it. I haven't decided how I am going to, but because I usually bet on all the stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know how in Vegas you can
coin toss.
You can bet on like
fucking
that's
everything.
that's the best part to me about Super Bowl is like where else can you bet on coin tosses and penalties, and they have it broken down like the first player who scratches his balls in midway through the first quarter while the sun's in his eyes. I'll put 50 on that.
Right.
Yeah,
no, I don't get into all that, but I think history shows that New England, they kind of get favored. I mean, they don't come.
What is it? 1.5?
They don't. I don't know the spreads. I don't follow that stuff, but they don't come without controversy. I mean, they're always in the news for doing some shady shit. I
think it's because they're more scrutinized. Yeah. I think all teams try to cheat whenever they can, but when you win that much, people are looking for a reason why.
Well, they have been, but they've been doing stuff though. So I mean, I'm sure other teams have been looked at. You had Spygate, you had Headset Gate, and Deflate Gate, and
Bounty Gate,
Snowplow Gate. Bounty Gate was a different team, wasn't it?
Well, it's like the steroids in baseball. You start doing good, people want to figure out a way to knock you. Like everybody knew Sammy and McGuire were juicing in 1998.
Right.
But you know what? Nobody cared because it was so fun to watch that home run battle. It's not until later that we got to blame something for it's because you're that good that long. People are going to be like, that's not humanly possible. So they must be cheating.
Well, it's not humanly possible, and that's when they get caught for cheating.
Dude, I don't give a
Bonds.
shit if baseball players fucking take steroids. Who cares?
I don't care either, but let it be known, though.
I pay money to see I see home runs and 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. Take whatever you got to freaking take. Yeah. That goes for any sport. You pay a lot of money to get in that fucking arena. I spend a beer is fucking $15 unless you go to Atlanta. But you spending all this money. I don't want to see people bunt and lightly put. I want to see I go to a football game. I want to see somebody's head get taken off. I want to see a 60-yard pass. I go to baseball. I want to see 500-foot home runs. So if there's any players of any sport watching, keep juicing. Do what you got to do. Take the roids, horse pills, whatever it is you're doing. Do it. I don't care.
All right, so
If you need me to-
let's go back to what we were talking about after your fucking tirade. So yeah, the controversy surrounding teams in general. Like we had a bad call for Breeze. What was it? You saw the no call. Actually, I guess it wasn't a bad call. It was more of a no call.
Yeah.
For the pass interference that potentially cost them the game. So maybe the,
but there was a
referees
face
are in
mask.
on it. You know.
Well, there was a face mask on Goff that wasn't called earlier when
Right.
they were on the 3.
Right.
And much like when Bears fans blamed Cody Parkey for them not advancing it, like if your game is coming down to one play or one call, well, you should have handled your business.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree. You shouldn't let it get to a field goal needing the win. But the Bears are testament to that because they're at home watching the game with us on TV because of that 3
and the
points.
thing is, it's like the Saints fan. I'm like, you cost us the season. Okay, for one, us. You don't play for the fucking team. And the thing is, it's a non-call. But if it goes the other way, I was arguing with Jeremy about it. He's like, "Oh, it cost them the game." I'm like, "Dude, they had plenty of opportunities." I know,
but there's something scientific about that though, because I mean, if you think about it, you can't really break a game down like that because then it becomes, well, if they had gotten that first down, in the second quarter, every little nuance of the game can be scrutinized to make it lean towards they could have won had they done this. So so I get what you're saying because I totally agree, and it's the same thing with boxing. It's like don't let it go to the cards. If it's you're fighting against a champion, of course he's going to get the win because he's got that favor.
Yeah.
So, but it
is a game of momentum, and that did change things. However, dude, you're professionals, and you can't let one call or one. And that just means that you didn't handle your business in the other 59 minutes and 30 seconds.
No,
That's
of course.
the way I felt about the Bears.
Fair enough, but if it's down to the end, though, like I'm on the final drive, and that's what scoring is for. We're here to score points, and we've made it to the chance to win. That guy needs to kick that field goal in the end of that game and make that win. And if
he does
exactly, but if with the Saints
then
game,
you don't deserve to win.
Well, no, of course not. But the game was hinging on that play, just like with the Saints. At the end, they're driving down and about to score. So the first down that they didn't get, back in the first quarter, or the touchdown that they didn't get back in the first quarter is completely irrelevant. They are now going to lose the game because they're about to score and they didn't score because of this non-call. I think that's what's pissed everybody off. And they had a billboard. I think somebody put up a bunch of billboards in Atlanta, mocking the refs and Roger Goodell because of the bad non-call, saying that we were cheated, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah, what I don't like, to my knowledge, is the fact that Goodell's been pretty quiet about this whole thing. Because the officiating, to my recollection, this whole season has kind of been really sketchy. So he hasn't really said anything about it. Which is like, come on, dude, you got to say something,
right?
But it's okay. Let's say that you talk about the non-call. Who is to say he's guaranteed a catch? You know what I'm saying?
Well, no one's to say he's guaranteed a catch, but he still should be afforded the opportunity to try and make that catch and not get
completely agree.
Smashed.
But,
that completely eliminated that chance.
But
that's why they have the rule.
And as I said, if I can keep going back to that Bears Eagles game, when they were down in the red zone 3-4 freaking times and come away with field goals, if you're not getting points, then your game's going to come down to a field goal and your shitty kicker's going to miss it. And you don't deserve to win in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's just having multiple opportunities. That's different, But when it comes down to even if it's been close the whole way and there haven't been screw-ups in the end, you still can say that one call shifted everything. So
I hear you. And I understand why Saints fans are irate. I would be too. But at the same time, you got to kind of look, at it. It kind of like the Steve Bartman game with the Chicago Cubs in 2003, which I was just watching a thing this morning about it. The city of Chicago was ready to kill Steve Bartman, a fan, for the interference with the ball. But he didn't give up like the 4 hits and make the error and give up 8 runs. You know, he wasn't on the field. So, but you know, somebody, what we do in America in sports is if our favorite beloved team does not win, somebody needs to be the person we dump on. In Chicago sports, it's been Bartman, it's been a Billy Goat, it's been a Black Cat, it's been a curse. You know, in Boston, they've had their curse. It's like you need something to blame to maybe make yourself feel better that your favorite team didn't win.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think, you know, the Saints want to kill that ref, or the Saints fans want to string him up on Bourbon Street and tar and feather him, and like for some reason we're fucking stupid American sports fans. Like that's not going to make your team win the Super Bowl. It's not going to make you feel any better. Like, you know, like okay, let's beat the shit out of Steve Bartman in 2003. Oh, the Cubs still are not going to the World Series. So, you know, you can take that ref, you can fire him. You can spit on him, burn his fucking house down, but the Saints are not going to play in the Super Bowl next Sunday.
No.
You know, but that's just weird how we do it in America. You know, somebody's got to take the fall.
Oh, well, that's what we do. We build it up so we can tear it down. So that's it for sports. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Comedian Variety D on the show. And we're going to continue this lively chat. So thanks for sticking around. Free Pizza Vodka Podcast. If you haven't subscribed yet, what the fuck? Hit that button.
Bitches.
We'll be right back.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention. And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more. Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.
Cool. Welcome back, guys. Send us your stuff if you want us to play your music, play your videos. Hit us up at music@v3tv.uk. We'll play your shit, man. So we're back. Got with me Comedian Variety D, Jonas Garvin in L.A. Say what's up to the people, Variety. Where are you from? Tell us what's going on. If you can't understand it, we'll put subtitles on the bottom. Go.
Yeah, put subtitles if you're bad in it. Okay, all right. Hey, it's girl Variety D here. Repping South London, doing my stand-up comedy and stuff, and also acting too, in the world of theatre.
She's got a variety of talents.
Oh yes, a variety of stuff in the box. Yes.
Stuff
Not
in
just
the
a clever name, that.
Stuff in the box. Variety dicks in the box. A variety of dicks. Is that what? Is
I
that
wish I had variety dicks.
is that-
Do you know what?
Is that what the D stands for?
If in 3 years I ain't had no dick, not that. Hey.
Wow, that's what's wrong with your shit.
I don't know, but my mum had the cheats go and buy me some sex toys for Christmas. I do thank her for that.
Are you saying you're suffering from lack of dick?
Yes.
How is that possible?
Comedians have to go through what? Sorry, comedians have to go through this. Us comedians don't have groupies like the male comics, and it's not fair.
No, but you have a vagina. You don't need groupies.
Facts,
yes,
dude.
we do.
Facts.
What are you chatting about? We have some male groupies.
I don't like, you know, I've had this argument with people before, like with, like how, you know, any chick that wants dick can get as much as she wants. It might not be the most attractive guys on the planet.
Exactly. Yeah, man. No, I'm very picky.
Yeah, exactly. You can get all women.
Well, no, you just got to lower your standards.
Yeah.
No. My standards, I'm gonna keep them nice and high so I can see them.
Hey, you know what? in my 20s, I had none, so I was able to get laid a lot.
I'm 27. Like I'm gonna be 28 this year.
You're still in your 20s, so you can make a bunch of bad decisions and then just chalk it up to, hey, I'm in my 20s. So yeah, go ahead, sleep with that ugly guy.
No. I need to go and keep the ball rolling. Higher and higher.
No. So aim low and hit it, and you.
No. Where they go low, you go high.
Don't shoot for the stars. No. You're gonna be.
Don't have
ambitions.
ambitions.
You're gonna be horny for a long time. You can just break down and take home something.
Yeah, because if it's been 3 years, your way ain't working.
Listen, I got tricks and everything in my book, Exactly. I want to utilize them to the best man.
Okay. Yeah, take some advice from a former male whore.
Confessions on a Sunday.
Look, just go out, have a couple of pints, and I guarantee if you just walk up to a guy in the bar and be like, "Hey, let's go home and fuck," he's gonna go home with you. I guarantee it.
Yeah, but I have a friend of mine actually said the same thing. He says, "Oh yeah, you could easily go to man, on road and say, hey, do you want some sex? Because I want some sex. Come, let's go." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
no, it's just that simple. I've been duped a million times.
I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because one, he might have alphabets in his nuts that I don't know about. I don't want them passing to me. Yeah, but condoms are a very long process.
Really?
Yeah, that whole tearing open the package.
You have to open it.
What do you do with the ketchup packs? Like,
don't get me started about ketchup packs, man. That's why I love bottles.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know bottles, but like when you go to McDonald's and get a Royale with cheese, and you get your fries.
Oh come on, man! You can't say that.
Why can't I say Royale with cheese?
My god!
You know what they call a quarter pound? Okay,
yeah, that's what you can't say.
More Pulp Fiction joke.
Right.
Every time you say Royale, I think of one of my favorite.
Okay, well here's the deal. Since we're on the subject, here's my promise to the listeners in the UK. I'm going to be there. We've discussed that the Bears are playing the Raiders this fall in London, and I will be making the trip for the game. And we will be doing a comedy show. After the comedy show, I'm going to take Variety out and get her laid.
How are you going to do that in the heart of London, my city?
That's easy.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem. I'm not I'm really smooth with the ladies, so it might be a chick.
What's his name? St. John. What's his name?
Yeah, I'm not guaranteeing you a guy. I mean, it's going to be something. But,
so something. You're going to give me some Robot 3000.
But no, I'll get you laid, but that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not saying I'm bringing Brad Pitt.
Oh, nah.
Of course, he is available now.
I'm not too fussed, Yes, I will go with a white guy who likes brown sugar.
What is
brown sugar?
What is going
wow,
on?
Too bad I'm already taken because that's my MO.
You see, I know you just said earlier
he likes brown girls.
He likes Indian girls, isn't it?
Well, they're brown. They all have brown skin.
He likes, Priyas and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. When I say Indian, I mean casino, not doctor. Over there, you can.
Native American.
Pocahontas.
Native American.
Yeah, like basically, like my grandpa took her grandpa's land, or however.
This is going down the wrong path.
History in the making.
I thought we were going to talk about faggots.
Anyway, so we got this new segment. We don't know what we're going to call it yet. We're going to call it "Pull the Trigger" or "Trigger Warning" or "Trigger." What did I say? Trigger something. I don't know. Pull the trigger or trigger happy. That's what it was. Trigger happy or political correctness is really what we wanted to talk about. That's why we got another comedian on the show. It's grown to this level of just complete chaos in the United States. Comedy on stage when I was a kid growing up, we had like, and then TV, we had Sanford and Sons and Archie Bunkers and, Eddie Murphy doing stand-up comedy, and they could say whatever they want. But we knew that there was a difference between something intended, to make you laugh versus something that was, malicious. With its intent. So times have changed, obviously. We fast forward to today, to the social media age. And all that shit just goes right out the window. So political correctness, comedians are like the only ones allowed to really tell the truth, because they're beneath contempt, So you're not violating your own belief system when you engage in this social taboo, telling the truth. Yeah. And that's why, like, the court jester was the only one that was allowed to tell the king the truth, Otherwise, you get your head taken off.
True.
So it's that sort of, it's like how it's wired, we're wired to accept certain things from certain people. Like we would expect a child not to know something, whereas we'd expect an adult to know. So this is how we are. So anyway, I want to talk about this something I saw at the store, which prompted me to bring this up, and that's going to be today's Pull the Trigger. What was it called? They were just called a box of faggots. And
pork
I know
faggots.
Pork faggots. Sorry. I had to edit that.
So like a redneck store.
Yeah, I had to edit that. So anyway, so here's a picture of what I saw in the store today. I'll put that up on the screen there. I don't have it in front of me actually, so I'll have to edit that in post. But
did you at least
in the UK? obviously there's such a lower level of sensitivity to certain words, and in America, obviously the mere thought of someone saying faggot is like career ending.
Yeah.
So here we can say it in context, because here's this box of pork faggots that I bought today. So what are your thoughts as comedians on that? Tell me something, because I don't know what's going on. Why are you guys getting stifled?
That's a gateway of actually making a joke that you wanted to make many years ago in the beginning of your career.
Me?
No, but anyone. If you want to be a comedian, that's a prop to use every single gig if you're in a room with a gay audience. But also, having said that, I've performed in front of gay audiences several times. But I've noticed a difference over the years. I've been doing comedy for 10 years since I was 16, and the younger gay people who just came out of the closet 5 minutes ago are so sensitive. They want to complain, whilst the older ones who have been through the marches, been through the the levers and the chains and the YMCA, all that kind of stuff. They don't care. They're like, yeah, they're like, I heard it. Say something new.
It's a couple things on that. My uncle. My gay uncle. Everybody's got the token gay uncle or gay nephew or whatever.
I have
anyway,
a transgender cousin, so
yeah. So we were down there for Thanksgiving at his pad, and he and his partner. We were watching something on TV about all these little millennial gay people.
Yeah.
LBGTQZYT. Whatever.
I'm dyslexic, man. Give me a headache.
Yeah, and they're complaining and they're offended by everything, and they act like they have it so bad. And my uncle's like older, he came up, I think he's almost 60. Wow. And he's like these little fucking kids have no idea. They're a bunch of little bitches. They're whiners. They're like, we were the ones that were getting jumped just for being gay.
Exactly.
And so that it's the problem with the pussification, not just of gay people, but the whole freaking younger generation. And it's funny because every older generation says this. My generation had it. You guys are having it. No, it's really gotten to the point where this younger generation, they can't wait to be offended and shit like that. And along those lines, I don't know if you remember the whole Chick-fil-A fast food restaurant controversy from a few years back.
I heard about it on social media. We don't have Chick-fil-A here in the UK.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, maybe I won't be coming to London then. But I was playing a gay club, and I did my Chick-fil-A material. I was talking about, basically the gist of it was, I don't care what their political views are. Their fucking food's delicious, and. And I had to sit there and argue with a couple of fucking lesbians after the fucking show that got in my face about this whole fucking controversy. And I'm like, you just really need to shut the fuck up, because, for one, the guy that owns Chick-fil-A, all he said was, I believe marriage is between a man and a woman. That's my belief. I don't believe in gay marriage. However, he did not. They employ a shit ton of gay people. They pay benefits. They pay the same-sex partner benefits, all that shit. That's just what he's saying, and that's his right. As long as he's not infringing, as long as he's not going to like gay weddings and burning the church or whatever, he can say what he wants to fucking say. But everybody's so fucking, oh God, you're against this and against this. Shut the fuck up.
But why do you think that is that? So let's dive deeper into that versus I'll take it off the surface. Why do you think that's become the norm for people? Why
because people don't beat their fucking kids anymore.
What to commit? Are you sure about that? You've met my family. Anyway, so no, but I mean, I saw Wanda Sykes perform, and she also says that she's against the Chick-fil-A right now, but her belly's not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad she said that in a gig here in London. And yeah, I think everyone's just become so sensitive. These SJWs, social justice warriors, they get on my nerves as well. Everyone wants to whinge rather than have a solution. Or create a solution. There's create more noise and havoc, because they like that. They like that kind of here I am on my Instagram, Facey time or Facebook or Twitter or Twitter. Making
you call
noise.
It twatter. Well, no. The thing is too, they like to be coddled, because they've been coddled their entire life by their parents. And I've got little brothers who this age. I got my one brother. He's 25 and he's pretty squared away. But like my I've seen my dad and ex-stepmother coddle those boys. So once you get out in the real world, you're so used to being coddled, and if you're offended, you need to be coddled some more because, oh my God, I'm so offended by this. I need to be coddled. You know, that's just the way it is. And I think that's what it really is they're so coddled and protected that once they get a taste of something else, they need, oh, well, if I'm offended, I'll get coddled again.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good point. I mean, I'll tell you what happened to me a few months back in Soho. I basically was lost. I was looking for Pizza Express. Haha, pizza. And then...
What's Pizza Express?
There was Pizza Express restaurants.
Oh, pizza.
Yeah, Pizza Express.
Pizza. I thought they said PETA Express.
No,
the
PETA
animal
there.
rights people have like a to-go counter now?
No, but I was looking for the Pizza Express restaurant to meet my friends, and I asked this gay guy who's probably about 50, 60 years old, and he said to me, "Oh, go down the road, take the right, a sharp right, and then you'll find it." And I said, "Oh, a sharp one, hey, you bend right over there on the right." And he was laughing, ha 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 ha. Then all of a sudden, this young man behind me was like, "Oh, you can't make jokes like that. You're not even gay. I can tell." And then I was like, "What?" And then literally the old guy was like, he dropped his cigarette on the floor, stamp on it. He said, "Sorry there, love. Hey, you, shut up. You'll be my Twinkie tomorrow." You know, he was literally just threatening him, yeah. And the boy was sweating. He ran away. He was like, "Sharp, you'll be my Twinkie tomorrow." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, no, it's just.
And that's the first time I knew what Twinkie meant. Because I was like, "What's a Twinkie?" I was like, "Ain't that sweeties?"
You can't.
Like,
I mean, I just, you know what? I don't understand it, and it's costing people jobs and stage time, and it's. I mean, even you can't say anything. I mean, just you guys watch Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern?
No.
Do you have that show? Okay. Anyways, the guy, he's a food host here in America. Hugely popular show. He travels around the world.
Yeah.
Eating weird shit. Right. It's like he's like, okay,
is it like Man vs. Food?
No. He just like he'll be in Malaysia and he's gonna try the chilled monkey brains and he eats them. Shit like that. Whatever. You know, just shit like that. Well, anyway. He started a restaurant, and a few weeks ago, I was wondering why his show's not on, because I used to watch it all the time, and I looked it up. He said he's opening like something to opening some new Chinese restaurants so that people don't have to eat this horseshit Chinese food that we serve them in the Midwest or something like that. And all it raises uproar by like, well, you know, you're offending the Chinese culture, all this shit. It's like, well, no, he's absolutely right, because some of the Chinese food is horseshit. And
yeah, because some Chinese people don't even eat the Chinese food.
It cost him his job.
You don't see them going to the restaurant and eating it.
They bumped him from prime time. It created a Twitter shitstorm because everybody's so ready to be offended. And it's like, give me a fucking break. It's like I say a lot of times, I would say in America, 99% of people read at a fucking kindergarten level and they're fucking stupid. And if you are offended by that, guess which percentile you're fucking in. You know? It's just, it's unreal to me that, like, if Richard Pryor, or George Carlin, or Bill Hicks were alive right now, like, would there be a Twitter outrage when George Carlin?
No, those see, if Twitter had existed when those people were coming up, they wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, it's that simple. That's how it is right now, and you know, that's why comedy's changed. And I think comedy's
changed for the worse.
I think something that we can really look at, and I heard this on a different podcast, I don't remember which one it was, but they were talking about the reason why not so much comedy has changed, but why comedy or comedians aren't allowed to say some of the stuff that they used to say. And that's because of Jon Stewart and The Daily Show. So the show was news, but it was extraordinarily comedic. You know, it was brilliantly written, but
one of the greatest shows ever.
He took it to a way. Brought comedy to you in a way that was different than what you were used to seeing comedy brought to you as. So now, us being the age that we are, growing up in the time that we did in the '80s or whenever you grew up. We saw comedy a different way than they see it. That's how they see comedy now. It's supposed to be like Jon Stewart. So these are the people that were 13, 12, 13 years old, even younger when Stewart was out.
Yeah.
And they grew up with that. Whereas we saw them as adults. We saw Jon Stewart in our late 20s or 30s or whatever. So we had exposure to Eddie Murphy saying faggot. We had exposure to Red Fox or Carol O'Connor on All in the Family and saying the N-word on TV. That was normal, okay? So then when you bring in Jon Stewart, we're like, oh, this is clever and cool and we like it and we can take that on board as well as the old stuff. But when you have these young kids, that's all they've been brought up on. They don't know the history of comedy. They didn't see George Jefferson saying honky to Lenny Kravitz's mom and husband on TV on the Jeffersons. They didn't have that.
Yeah.
So now when you're trying to do comedy the way that you used to see comedy or even live your life in a way that we used to live our lives, that's not acceptable now because these people grew up with this really softball stuff that wasn't what we grew up with. So now they're inflicting that on us.
I would have to completely agree with you because me personally, I think that the works of like George Carlin, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor should be taught in schools because I cannot tell you, as you know, I have a Richard Pryor tattoo on my arm.
Really?
And yeah,
you should have a Paul Mooney one on the other side.
I don't know. Can you see it?
Well, she's not. She can't see the camera because it's.
I can't see
it's on
you.
my laptop.
I'm saying you should have a Paul Mooney one on the other side because that's one of the companies I look up to.
Anyway, yeah, and George Carlin's going on the left arm soon, but I can't tell you how many times some fucking kid will come up to me at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because I wear a lot of sleeveless shirts because I'm classy like that, but will come up to me and be like, "Who is that tattooed on your arm?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" No, who is that? I'm like, Richard Pryor. And then they go, who's that?
Oh, slap
And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, okay, where's your mom? Because first I'm going to punch her. And
Well,
then,
that's cool that he asked. Like, if he doesn't know, say, yeah,
No,
okay, cool, and then walk off. But a lot of people don't
know. I'm reinforcing your story of kids not being exposed to that. I mean, dude, we all grew up on that shit.
They don't. But listen. This is what
I'm just reinforcing your point.
No, you are. But this is what we're missing with regards to that. Because from what you said, we have to understand that when we grew up, we had you had one tape from everybody. Eddie Murphy had his Eddie Murphy himself tape or Eddie Murphy self-titled tape out. Yeah. And one person had it.
Bill Cosby was himself. Eddie Murphy Raw was the one everybody had.
No. He had audio only tape, bro, but way before that.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, you had
it was called Eddie Murphy, self-titled Eddie Murphy, and he had a little flower in his hair, and he was looking all gay.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. So, but everyone had that tape. So when Eddie Murphy dropped that tape, one person had it, and he made you a copy, blah, 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 blah. So there wasn't as much content then, is my point. So now there's 80,000 comedians out right now, for one. Two, there's 80,000 different ways.
That's a low estimate.
There's 80,000 different ways, different ways for you to see all these people and all these musicians and all these, people that can dance and all these people that can drive cars on two wheels and cats and, that can fucking pull a goldfish out of a tank. There's
I'm glad that you pointed out that they can drive cars on wheels as opposed to.
I said two wheels, bitch. Listen.
Oh, two wheels. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Like, wow. What kind of cars you got over there?
Need a fucking Q-tip. So anyway, but that's my point is we are bombarded with content now, whereas before, you like, hey, did you see that movie? And you're like, oh yeah, and that was it. There was like 3 movies out. Now there's 50 movies out, and so on and so forth. So for somebody not to know a lot about the old stuff, they have way too much now stuff to even look back at that stuff. And if you remember when they relaunched Friends, people now lost their minds. They were like, oh, this is completely unacceptable. They're making gay jokes and they're making fat people fat shaming. Right. So now the young kids that are seeing what we saw as Friends was American culture. That was everybody's thing.
I never watched Friends.
I never seen it once. Half an episode.
Bar
my family
I used to work
Friends.
at as a DJ had a Friends and Seinfeld night, in the bar.
Right, exactly, but that's how big that was and how socially acceptable that was. And I remember when Friends went off, people were having parties. My neighbor had a party, and there was all kinds of girls and women at this party because these people were in their 40s, right? They were my age. So
was there a bunch of pork faggots?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we did kind of deviate from the topic a little bit with free speech. So I don't really know. I haven't been talking to the microphone. You can hear how louder it gets when I pull it up. It keeps dropping, but I don't really know, why people are taking offense to words when most of these words have not necessarily been racially charged and they haven't been associated with being killed, and they're like, yeah, well, we get, gay people get beaten up and this, that, and the other. Everyone gets beaten up. Black people get beaten up. White people get beaten up. Everybody gets beaten up. Some people make money getting beaten up. So I don't want to hear that. That's nonsense. But it's not a reason enough for you to now stifle speech. Or you have a group, so now you've got a group, and my group's not happy with what you're saying, so my group's going to protest you or whatever.
Yeah. And I completely agree. It's just getting worse, and everybody's getting softer and softer, and it's getting harder and harder for people like me. I mean, you've seen my act, for people like me to work, and a lot. I mean, some of it's the speech issue, some of it's the fact that comedy has definitely changed and declined over the past, I would say, 7-8 years.
Well, 7-8 years. I thought 4 or 5 for me.
Well, I blame the phones because. It's just there's not as much. I know millennials, younger guys, they've never been to comedy clubs. They just watch all their comedy.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. There's a lot of youngers down here who haven't been to comedy shows before, and when they do go to comedy shows,
why would you?
They're not prepared.
Put on your shoes and leave the house on, say, a Tuesday night, because we used to have a lot of great comedy shows in LA 7 nights a week. Like we could go out, but like, okay, say why would I get in the car and leave my couch and spend money when I can just pull up some stand-up comedy on my phone now?
Yeah, on YouTube. And
it's really,
when that Vine
really
thing come out as well. That destroyed a lot of comedy.
It's just gotten progressively worse.
That pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. Vine, do it for the Vine, yeah. And I'm like, It's amazing that people. I've talked about this before. Rather than watch stand-up, and I'm getting a little off topic here, but rather than go see stand-up, people would rather just watch a 30-second YouTube video of some guy hitting himself in the balls with a fucking hammer. They pass it around to their friends, and then they're entertained, and then they don't need stand-up comedy. Yeah, laughing at
comedy. See, that's exactly the point or the problem. To your point, is that I think we have to appreciate the fact that comedy, what people want as comedy, has changed, because the way that we give you hold on. So the way that we give you information has changed. So it's not necessarily changed for the worse. It's changed to adapt to modern technology. So like you say, people don't need to leave to go do this, this, and this. So you have to remember that certain jobs and careers that used to exist don't exist anymore, because we've changed the need for certain things, and we found other ways to get that. So just like with this comedy, young people, they don't watch TV. We already know that they don't watch TV. TV is done. So the problem is there's so many there's so many creatives out there like ourselves that you can make
watch the Sanford and Son marathon as soon as we log off.
you can make your own content now. It's like everyone has a phone with a camera on it. My phone has 3 cameras on it. Shout out to Huawei. You want to send us a little sponsorship? So, but my point is when we had to go and search out what we wanted to watch, or the whatever type of project or film or comedian you wanted, you had to do work. Now it's like I can make that film. There's no barrier to entry. We don't need TV anymore. So it's just things have changed. So now the comedian has to adapt the way that they present comedy, because
it feels like you're forced to do that, though, to adapt. And the thing is, the ones who don't want to adapt, they're now running to Netflix, saying, I need to do a Netflix special, I need to do a special. And it doesn't become special no more, because you already predict what they're going to say next.
How do you predict what they're going to say
So
next?
If you've noticed the comedian for a long time, over the last, say, 10, 15 years, if they've been in the comedy game for a long time, you'd be like, I know what he's going to talk about. He's going to talk about this and that. Yeah, I can see that coming. And you can go and verbatim with that comedian, him or her. That's what I've noticed anyway, by the way my brain works. So...
Well, that's because we're comedians. I can see a lot of it.
Yeah, it's like looking through the third eye, you could say.
I watch comedy specials sometimes with my girlfriend, and
how do you feel about that?
Before the guy hits the punchline, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
And she's cracking up, and I'm not laughing because I'm like, I already know what's coming.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really. How does that really relate to what's
unique anymore?
What's happening? But that's my point, though. So and this is actually rings true to what you were saying, Jonas. Exactly what you were saying. Now think back to I can think back to when I was a kid, And I used to watch, say, for example, The Honeymooners or I Love Lucy are two prime examples for me. I really enjoyed watching those shows. Sanford and Son,
I still watch them.
Okay, fair enough, but hear me out. So, like you said, Sanford and Son, I still watch Sanford and Son all the time. It's definitely one of my top 3 favorite shows, and I'll always enjoy it and whatever. So, but the point is that comedy was different back then, like we said, and that joke, we know where it's going as soon as you see it, and that's coming from somebody that's not as into comedy writing as the two of you might be, because that you're comics, right? But think of me as a casual viewer. Okay, I've written stand-up, I've done improv, fine, I'm an actor, fine, it's not the same, but I can see where these jokes are going because comedy was very basic back then. So that's what you're seeing now because we've done it, and that's why comedy needs to change and it needs to evolve, because it's not going to survive in this current status.
Well, the thing is, though, here's the argument. Comedy has gotten edgier and edgier and edgier and edgier, and there's a clean dog from the groomers. I have a bowl full of ice and beer, and now she's drinking.
Nice.
Hey, sweetie. Here's the thing. Comedy's always gotten edgier. Like, okay, you had the Honeymooners, and then you got to, like, Archie Bunker, and then you got to, like, this and that, and it's gotten edgier. But now, with these fucking kids and everybody being so politically correct, comedy has done a U-turn. It's going backwards. It's not getting edgier. It's not getting more progressive. It's getting backwards. You can't say this word. You can't say that word. You're saying comedy evolved. Yes, it did. But now we've gotten to the point where it's completely done a 180 and it's going the wrong way.
Yeah, but you're talking about content versus.
Okay.
That's not what I'm talking
Here's
about.
the thing. No, I get you.
There are some hardcore fans for these very controversial comics, especially here.
Right.
That's exactly what we were
saying. You're saying technically. Okay, so now we're supposed to. What should I do? Should I get my phone and tape my special in my fucking bedroom?
Why not?
Put it on YouTube?
You can't do that.
Why
Make
not?
a little shift. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the whole
Anything
point,
works.
though. That's the
and
whole.
It's consistency as well.
But that's exactly
that's
that
what I'm
word. That
saying
word
is
she just
wrong
said.
because
It's not wrong.
not.
It's different. You have to get out of that mindset because that's where these kids are making money on doing the YouTube. They're making hundreds of thousands doing these little things. So you have to understand that's how what your career is turned into.
Which is a fucking crock of shit. I don't like it. There's no. If you're getting your freaking comedy from your phone, there's an energy and there's a. I get it. You're watching some clips and stuff like that. I like the, but live comedy is the purest art form there is, and I don't care how funny it is. Watching it on the phone or a TV screen or whatever, there's something different that happens live.
Of course.
That's
people
fine.
are not wanting to. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people want to go to a live show often. I don't want to go to a live show often. Some people don't have that desire. Like, here's a perfect example. I love music. I don't want to go to a concert. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't want to deal with the crowds of people, drunk people. I don't think the music's. I don't think. No, that's been my whole life. That's been my whole life. I don't think the music sounds as nice live as it does in a studio and pre-recorded and cleaned up. For me, I don't want to do that unless it's jazz. Then I'll go and see live because it's not supposed to be.
You're someone who'll go
organized.
to Warner Music Group, like where I went to the other day, or PRS Lounge, or BBC Radio 1 Extra Lounge.
I don't know about
where there are
stuff, but
some nice places where you're in a booth and you're sitting and you're watching a person sing their stuff.
No, but the point is the live performance piece is dying, and it's not because of the way that media is now presented.
I don't think it's dying.
Well,
That's what we're comparing music to comedy, and live music and live comedy are two different things.
No, I'm not comparing the two different types of
people going out.
Exactly, I'm talking about the experience of going out and experiencing a live event. People don't care about going out and seeing a live comedy show. People that do. People don't. Theater's been around forever, right? So why is that?
Will still live.
Why is exactly? So why is that different?
Okay, well, why is exactly? Why are people still forking out $1 million to go see a Broadway show You know,
because that's what they want to do. Because that's theater is a theater experience.
Though. Broadway's still Broadway.
But I know,
still live theater.
I know, but you're never gonna get to see theater on your phone. It's not even the same type of medium. So if you think about an actual play where there's all these people performing versus a comic who doesn't really do much. He just stands there and he moves about. He moves about the stage and he tells jokes.
Yeah, I just stand there.
No, fuck off. You know what I'm talking about. There's no production value at the level of a live theater play where you've got 20 people on stage and there's props coming down and there's music playing. There's a huge production versus you performing your comedy. I can see your comedy on my phone and it's not any different versus the energy of the people that are around me at the comedy show, and I'm paying a 2-drink fucking minimum. Or I have to order wings and I have to, make a reservation or whatever. So,
I'm on the fence with that one because there'll be a time where Wi-Fi will black out and the only thing that will survive is one piece of candle, a pair of lungs, and some jokes.
Yeah, that's fine, but that has nothing to do with this, though. I mean, that has nothing to do with this.
You'll separate the social media comics versus the stand-up comics.
Yeah, but that's not reality, though. That's not about to happen. Wi-Fi is not about to disappear. Wi-Fi is
one day
here.
There'll be a blackout for a week.
Yeah, okay, fine. So for a week, we're without comedy. Who gives a shit? We'll be back to doing normal shit after a week, and no one's gonna give a shit. Just like when somebody gets killed in the streets and everybody's up in arms and I support France on my Facebook, and then a week later nobody's fucking French anymore. Nobody gives a shit. Okay,
that's the mindset.
Harambe the gorilla gets shot in the head because he picked up a baby, and everybody was a goddamn gorilla for a month, and now nobody even knows who the hell Harambe the gorilla is anymore. So I get what you're saying, but I don't think that. I just think that the platform these things have given us a theater. I was online on Apple looking to buy something, and they still sell iPods, and I was like, "Who needs an iPod anymore? Why?" And I mean, I know they have to keep on to their line, but who needs? And they're making it advanced. You can play the games. It's got a camera. It's an iPhone that doesn't make phone calls. Is all it is. Why do you need that? So
I still have a book of CDs underneath the seat.
I've got 300 CDs. Same facts. Same. I'm not disputing that, but that's our generation. We'll always have that because that's what I've got a He-Man Masters of the Universe figure behind my stupid artificial intelligence Google thing right here. It's because I'm always going back to my old school toy stuff because that's.
Do you have the complete Castle Grayskull set up?
No, I don't have nothing like that. Damn it. I'm not.
That'd be like so rad.
Michael Jackson and shit. So that's just my point. I think that it's just changed and the views and we've evolved and I'm not saying that it's evolved in a way that's positive, but as people we've evolved to think differently about things. Remember when people owned people, but we've evolved from that to now just hating each other verbally instead of wishing that we could own people again, and now they're trying to bring that shit back.
But it feels like the cyber world is owning our
freedom. Are they bringing it back?
Not in the U.S., but don't get too fucking excited. Don't get too excited.
Are we bringing that back?
What were you saying?
I said it feels like the cyber world is owning our freedom. So all these trolls, so to say, so there was Twitter and something going, "Oh, I hated your show. You are rubbish. Your clothes are stinking," and that kind of thing. I'm like,
well, good for them.
What the hell?
Good for them. The thing of it is because of like what we were talking about, or why social media there's this cancel culture where they want to shut everybody down. Is you have these Twitters and these platforms, these Instagrams that we don't have any experience in. We have no experience as people with dealing with these social media platforms. They're all brand new. We don't know how it works. You get engaged with these people that are on the other line and they have an argument or a disagreement and you don't even know who they are. And it's that's not normal.
Well, I think I covered that in a post I made this week. I don't know if you saw it, about how Facebook turns everyone into complete experts
philosophers.
On politics and world affairs and the economy. And you go to my Facebook page and you can read it. It's actually, I enjoyed writing it because it's true. Like half the motherfuckers on Facebook can't spell, but they know all about the gross domestic product. It's like how the fuck is this possible? But back to what we were talking about, how live theater can't be on phones and stuff like that. Just for you, I'm taping my special in August at the Whiskey A Go Go on Sunset. I'm going to do a full-on musical number to open the show. I'm talking frickin' jazz hands and everything.
Better do them properly as well. Spirit fingers.
I'm talking like live dancing. I'm going to get like 30, 40 dancers. I'm talking like fireworks. We're doing a full-on. I'm going to wear pantaloons. I'm going to wear some like Shakespearean pantaloons. We'll do Macbeth, all that shit, and then I'll break into the jokes.
All right.
At the Whiskey A Go Go.
Perfect. We can't wait to see that.
I want to see that in HD, please. Thank you very much.
God.
You just want to see me in tights.
Yes.
On that note, we are ending the show. That's brilliant. So thanks for tuning in. I don't have anything else. You got any shows coming up? Variety D, go.
Yep. On February the 9th, going to be performing at Crouch End, North London. Going to be doing some more filming on comedy sketch shows called Sketch and Tings, featuring loads of other comics. Big up Nads, the comedian, Brandon Palmer, who's also from America as well.
Brandon Palmer?
Yeah.
I don't know that motherfucker.
Oh, you try to see black people, eh? Yeah. Anyway. And Nathan Booker. Yeah.
Sweet. Where can people find you? Shout out.
So yeah, you can find me. So Google me, Variety D Comedian. And if you can't find me there, Instagram, Variety D. Not D-double-E. I'm not no rapper. Just letter D for dick. And yeah, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not a Snapchat, because I can't stand them. They start filming my stuff and try and steal my jokes. I can't stand them.
Right
Joke
on.
stealers.
What do you got, Jonas?
Well, a couple things. Like I said, we're in the works, and we should have a hard date soon, but it looks like it's going to be this August for the 4th 1-hour special that I'll be doing, and it's going to be at the Whiskey, which is going to be cool. Also, and due to recent events, with the Bears playing in London this fall, yours truly will be overseas, so all the UK people can get a taste of the American comedy. Other than that, I am going to go get really fucking drunk right now, because tomorrow starts my 30 days of no drinking. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to make it through Super Bowl, but I'll probably just lock myself in a room with a 12-pack of, NyQuil. And
picked a tough time to do that, but good luck to you on that one, brother.
You know what, though? We'll keep you updated. I'll be updating every day on social media. Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I'll take pictures of me going through DTs.
Nice.
And,
excellent.
Or I'll just check out and see you in 30 days. But,
sweet.
Yeah.
Excellent. So thanks for tuning in, guys. That's it for today. Check us out. You know where to check us out. Spotify, iTunes, all over those places, people. Thanks for Variety D for coming in and seeing us today. Jonas Garbus in LA.
I've seen you. Damn.
And we'll catch you guys next time when we catch you. Peace.
See ya.
You